perform the way you do, and you'll get left in the dust if you don't keep up. Like nurses especially, have you ever heard of the concept in nursing where senior nurses, they'll say they eat their young? Like senior nurses is like they eat their young, and that there's like a really high expectation on the younger clinicians as they move in, is like senior nurses will be awful to you, and the expectation is that you show up and you do what you're asked to do, and if not, like, you won't make it here. It's very, very real.
I don't get what's wrong with that.
I'm very excited for you to experience it at because they are very, very corporate. It's like this is the mothership. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should mention where you work. We can probably bleep that out. But like, you're going to be working at a corporation that very heavy on policy, like very corporate. I think you'll be very happy there. If you can see past the phony baloney leaders, because that's hard.
I don't want to see past.
You don't want to see past.
I'm okay with this kind of workplace. Like, as we were speaking before we started this, when you were telling me that if your employer is not responding to you in time, then you can call him out and say that, I don't like the way you talk. But that's how he talks. You are here for a job. Do your job.
So you don't have that, like, perspective
Exactly.
that there should be so much leniency and I don't know what the word is, like hand holding or whatever. Like, you think that it should be, this is your job, you do your job.
There are two things. First thing, with someone of your experience, you can do it.
I'm not very good at that though.
But you can do it. You should do it. You should always call people out with the amount of time you have been working in the industry. But someone who is just starting, I won't, and people like me who are just starting shouldn't.
So you're encouraging me to flex my seniority, or like flex my experience and be more authoritative because I have the experience.
Because you have earned it, you learned it, you earned it, you made it through.
That's so
everything.
weird for me. I don't feel like I've earned anything.
But
I've just lived.
You went through all of this.
Yeah.
You went through all of this. It's not like you skipped all of this and then got here and now you can tell your employer that you are not responding to me in time, so bye. Mm-hmm. You went through all of this for you to see this today. Mm-hmm. I think if I don't go through all of this today and I start talking like you can talk, I won't realize, I won't have the value of what I'm getting. Once I get to where you are, I won't sound like I'm asking for something more. I will sound more like I'm being rude.
Yeah, maybe they would refer to it as like a
long, like what you are doing right now, what we spoke about before we started this, for people of your experience, it's a perfectly normal, like that is how you should go on with your work life. Mm-hmm. But people who are just beginning their career, if we don't go through all of this,
it's like you have to go through these rites of passage before you get to, I don't know how
and then the senior nurses burning out the younger, like the junior nurses, they went through the same burnout.
Yeah. It's in high school they made this, I don't know if you would call it illegal, but like in high school we would have something called hazing rituals, where it was like the seniors would pull pranks on the juniors and you would have to like push pennies down the hallway with your nose, and like hazing rituals. When I was in high school, they banned hazing rituals, but it was something that every year was all part of like orientation, and it was like the seniors, poked fun at the juniors, but then whatever happened in society, and when did I get into high school? It was like early 2000s. Whatever was happening in society at that time, that was when the participation generation, it was like everybody gets an award and everybody's a winner, and we can't do hazing rituals anymore because that's bullying, and the narrative in school changed. And then I'm sure it was at that time when we started to see the narrative in the workforce start to change about like how bullying in the workplace. But it's gotten to the point now where I think organizations are, I don't know. I think organizations are so deep in the weeds just operationally, and our healthcare system is bust. And I just think every leader that I know is literally just trying to get through the day and to try to be an effective leader and to be the leader that you want to be. Like, there's so much bullshit that you have to wade through that you can't even sometimes be the leader that you want to be, because you're putting out so many bullshit fires all day and whatever. Like, I think that was the thing that I struggled with the most, is even when I made it to the clinical director level, I still didn't have the authority or the ability to fix things. There was still so much that was broken and awful about our system, and having to lay off nurses, and like it was just awful to me, like awful. Anyways, go back to your